So General Christopher Musa is trending right now, and it's largely because of his nomination and subsequent appointment. Because I know that there's largely anyone who doesn't get nominated that doesn't get appointed at the end of the day. So it's been nominated, and of course he will be confirmed through the National Assembly, and then he becomes the Minister of Defense. A lot of persons have been speaking about his personality, about his way and manner of answering questions and his mindset of answering questions. He's spoken largely about international conspiracy against Nigeria. He's also spoken about the Christian genocide in Nigeria, especially in the northern part of the country. One of the notable interviews that he conducted or he had with Al Jazeera network was on around November 2nd or so, where he was being asked questions about Nigeria's security issues and whether he thinks there is an international conspiracy against Nigeria to destabilize the country, or maybe there is there's some sort of mineral resources in Nigeria, in some parts of the country, that would make Nigeria become, Nigeria become ungovernable in some parts, so that these guys continue what they're doing. So he the way and manner he answered the questions and subsequent ways and manner that he has been going about his security activities as the chief of defense staff before he retired is somewhat fabulous. That is the reason why most Nigerians, there hasn't been, I mean, get this, there hasn't been anybody appointed by the presidency in the past 10 years that Nigerians have been so much excited about. And it's not that there hasn't been fantastic people who have been appointed, but it's just that this guy has been tested as the chief of defense staff. People have seen his work. In fact, people were even surprised the way and manner he left the position that he handled a few weeks ago before he retired. Many people were like angry that he left the way he did that, in a time when Nigeria is in chaos of some sort. We shouldn't be allowing this kind of very cerebral, intelligent, and purpose-driven individual go on retirement. I mean, he still looks young. He still looks vibrant, and his mindset with the interviews that he goes to seems like somebody who is working hard beneath the tail to get things done. So this particular interview is one of the things that I have actually came across of him on Al Jazeera that was absolutely phenomenal. God, the way he answered the questions, I think this is one of also the reasons why most Nigerians love him. He just says it the way it is. He just says it like he mentions it and goes on with it. He tells you this is what I think it is, based on the intelligence. I mean, of course, for him, he cannot just be saying things with the position that he holds. When he says there's an international conspiracy, and that how do we trace the funding of Boko Haram? How are they able to sustain themselves for 15 years? Over 120,000 Boko Haram members have surrendered under him. Parts of it, of course, under him. But we still have people. They still get sustained when people surrender. When people get killed, they still show up again. They keep regrouping, keep regrouping, keep regrouping. So how are they, funded? And he made a very fantastic thought when he said that when you get to catch these guys, they are with foreign currencies. They're for foreign currencies. So who gives them foreign currencies? We use naira in Nigeria. At least it's not loud to say, oh, well, you have some dollars with you, but these guys have foreign currencies. They operate with foreign currencies. Who gives them that? So it means there's an international angle to this. So what are we doing in that direction? This is that interview. I will need you to watch it and tell me what you think.
Actually, not doing the same. And guess what? Where the Giwa barracks you were talking about, we have all the humanitarian agencies working there. You have the UN working, local and international organizations are working. Are we saying they are complicit? There is nothing we're doing in the back. So if they don't say it, which means Amnesty International is equal, and Amnesty is equally there. So which means they're equally accusing all these other organizations of being complicit.
So just to be clear, you would be prepared to go to the ICJ in The Hague and answer these accusations?
We are not scared of anything because we don't have anything of such.
We've seen Boko Haram regroup, and regroup, and regroup. What is your answer to that? That you have in some way fed the insurgents?
The problem is that I think we've talked to international community. Let's find out the funding. When they started surrendering, by the time we left, so as we speak, we have over 120,000 that have surrendered. Most of them, when you find them, they are coming with hard currencies. How did they get them? How are they funded? How did they get the training? How did they get the equipment?
What is your suspicion?
Well, maybe an international conspiracy. You don't know. Who knows? How are they be able to sustain themselves for 15 years? That is one question I think everybody should ask himself.
Good question.
For Nigeria to be able to hold them, and you go to Nigeria, everything seems to be working well.
You must have an idea. I mean, let's not talk about international conspiracy theories. Let's give some hard facts.
Well, I just leave it at that. I'm sure they know, and I'm sure everybody knows that these are the challenges we're facing that needs to be addressed. So the UN need to come in to ensure that, because we need to trace the funding. How are they sustaining themselves for 15 years?
What does the UN coming in mean? What does that look like?
Track the funding. It's international flow. We don't have control over that.
Whose interest is it to see Nigeria destabilize?
Well, I don't know. You don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
Your guess is as good as mine. Whose interest is it to see Nigeria destabilized? There's so many. So many. I mean, you may not necessarily say, hey, a government of a particular country is interested or they want. There might be people who work at the highest level, who collaborate with people at the local level. But what I mean by highest level is, say for instance, say America. We cannot say categorically that American government is looking to destabilize Nigeria, but there may be companies within American soil. Maybe American government may not even know. There may be companies within American soil that may be using some links. They come off as a company in America. They do this, they do that. They might be doing services in America, show that they're but beneath what they are doing, it could be that they are doing something else. Yes, it is very possible. So you see, I'm giving an example. I'm not saying anything is concrete. Say, for instance, you have a company in America that is into sales of chandelier, or sale of cars, So in America, it's seen as companies selling cars, but they would have subsidiaries that are into mining and illegal mining in Africa. And when there's an illegal mining in Africa, of course there will be killings. Of course there will be displacement. They will want to arm some groups on the ground so that they're able to secure whatever location minerals are. In fact, we heard that the Sambisa forest, where all these fightings are taking place. So you wonder, why is Sambisa forest even an issue? There is a fabulous mineral there that if Nigeria is able to get a hold of, that it's a fabulous game changer and income for the country. So when you see people say they are fighting in Sambisa back and forth, the people are just there trying to secure that location so that nobody goes there, to find out what exactly that particular product is that they are protecting. So when you see these companies, in America say, and I'm not saying America, it could be Saudi Arabia, it could be United Kingdom, that is the reason why sometimes investigations are key. That's why he says, can the UN come in and trace this funding? There is no way, if you sit down and trace funding of these people, you cannot find it. It's nearly impossible not to find. So there is some sort of international conspiracy. And this man has been saying this. And, he's one of the persons who are open-minded to different methods of solving these issues. And, he's one of the reasons why, of course, people love him. Especially in Nigeria. Nigerian youth love him. Go and check online right now. Everybody's speaking about this man, and they're loving him for the way and manner he tells his own story, the way and manner he handles security situation, and it does look like, the presidency at this point in time must have gotten it right with the appointment of this man. All we need right now is the result. Let him take over, and let's see the direction that he will take us through. That's my point. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you as always.